Okay, so for the next part of this lesson, the next thing I'm going to show you is how to create a level sequence. So usually in the level sequence is where we do most of the animations, most especially the camera animations. So the first thing I'm going to do is to go to this button, and then I'm going to choose add level sequence. Okay, so I'm just going to save that sequence here in my default assets. So let's call it sequence 1. Save. And by doing so, you should be able to see the level sequencer here. So this sequencer here assembles a timeline in video editing softwares and animation softwares. So for this one, so for us to be able to use it, we need to load up the assets or the actors that we want to animate. So in our case, we want to create a sequence for the camera. So I will go here in my outliner and choose the Cine Camera actor. So it's a simple drag and drop. So drag and drop it here in your sequencer. There you go. So by doing so, we can now start animating. So usually what I do, I turn on this automatic keyframe. So we can take that, so that all the change that we do will be automatically saved in a keyframe. Okay, so since I want to animate the position of the camera, one of the default attributes that we have here is a transform. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this button to add a keyframe, and then from there, let's create a very simple camera animation. So let's say in this frame, I want it to go here, there. Let's try to play it. Okay. Okay, maybe I'm just going to adjust starting position. There. I just want that slow and dramatic scene. There you go. We can also change the ease type. We can adjust the curves here. Okay, so there's the location X. Okay, so I just want a really smooth ease in, ease out. So make sure the curve is as smooth as possible. Okay, this looks good. This looks good. We have no scaling, so that's okay. Roll, pitch, and yaw. All good. So basically, we just animated the X, Y, and Z transformations. Okay, let's check it out. Okay. So I want that's really smooth slowing down. Okay. Okay. So the next thing that I'm going to do, let's try to animate the focus. So we have a manual focus here. Okay, so as you can see, we can actually control it from here to change the focus. So we can basically create that simple rack focus that we do in films. Okay, I'm going to keyframe that. Then as it moves, I want it slowly to change focus to there. There you go. Let's check. Okay. Okay, that looks good. And lastly, let's try to do some animations with the directional light that we have here. So same idea, if you want to animate something, we have to drop it here in the sequencer. So I'm going to choose the directional light and simply drag and drop it here. So basically for the directional light, we want to change its rotation. So by default, that the transform attribute for the directional light is not included or is not being seen here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this plus button to add an attribute to track. So track, then I'm just going to use transform. There you go. So by adding that transform attribute, we can now keyframe the position of the directional light and thus creating or changing the direction of that ray. Okay, let's try it out. So I'm going to do a keyframe on the first frame, and then let's try to do another one here. Okay, let's check. There you go. So that's what we want to see.